Ever fancied being a professional photographer, getting paid to shoot film stars, top business leaders, as well as teams in their workplace? Well, Chris Gloag does exactly that. Just imagine turning your passion for photography into an actual business, where top actors, CEOs, and brands line up in front of your camera. Chris Gloag has built an incredible photography career, and today we're unpacking exactly how he does it.
Do I need to make an entrance?
You can. Chris, how did this all start for you? How were you drawn to photography?
People always go back to their childhood, I guess. And if my first image, I remember just burning into my brain was it was a portrait of a person in a catacomb in Rome. Just they were dead, they were all a bit shrivelly, and it was just amazing because it captures in like this beautiful still picture. You're traveling through time. You're seeing someone who's not there anymore. They're 100 years old or something, and it's really interesting the way that an image can preserve someone, and you can look back into that time and you can spend a moment. It was just the face I was drawn to, and just it's like, wow, you can take a picture of someone. And there's a whole load of theory. There's a person's name I should probably quote right now. I can't remember what her name is. Susan Sontag, I think. So she's written all about when you take a picture of someone, you kill them, they're dead. That's it. That moment. Yeah, you've got them there. They're changed. They're new now.
So that captured that creative interest in there. So that's where the passion started. So where did you take it from there? Did you start did you get a camera and start taking pictures as a hobby, or did you launch straight in?
Yeah, I was about 11. So yeah, I got a Kodak Pop, little red Pop camera with a film. For all you new people, they're like, the film goes in the back and you snip. And you have 24 or 36, and that's, might last a year. You might develop a film from like last year, and that's your 36 pictures of your life. It's very, very different sort of experience photographically. Now everything has got a picture on it. It's like Harry Potter, with these newspapers, all these moving people, and the world is full of images.
When did you start? When did it start developing to a business? Let's jump forward. When was your first gig?
I did a geology degree.
Yeah.
And then I became a postman. And then I thought, I want to do photography. So then I did a photography degree. And after the photography degree, I learned about light. So I think the photography degree is very arty and very, sort of looking at research and that sort of thing, and taking photographs as well. And a lot of, it wasn't that practical, but there was a practical element to it. And then I assisted a guy for a couple of weeks. He was absolutely brilliant. He just had no filters. I could ask him anything about business, about money, about light, about clients, about film, because it was all on film back then, medium formats, 6x6. And it was just an amazing, completely different world. I've actually got a tear sheet for you this is something I keep from 1999. Is the writing the right way around?
Well, I can see the picture, and it is actually working. Yes, it is working.
This is one of the first digital cameras, okay? It went from 100 to 200 ISO, or 100 to 400.
Right.
6 megapixels.
Wow.
Guess how much it was?
I'm just trying to think about having seen some Hasselblads that were about six or 7 years ago, and just insane specs, but they were $35,000 then. So was this of the same level, like stupidly expensive?
This is like a half frame camera. This is like a tiny little sensor in there. It shoots 1 picture per second, or 1.5. It was £20,000.
That wasn't too shabby a spec, even for, not too long ago, was it? When we first spoke, in fact, before we spoke, and I was looking forward to speaking to you, let me just go on to Chris Gloag's site, and oh my goodness me, look at who's on there. This is not your standard portrait photographer. This isn't families. Here we go. The persona you really wanted. This is just incredible. So do you want to talk us through some of them? I mean, Sean Connery obviously jumps out. You just mentioned him. So you saw him on that one of those red carpet shoots.
This is on a red carpet. There's people on my shoulder, all taking photographs. So this is what a man like Sean Connery can do. He can look into everyone's camera and just give them that look. And this picture was such a gift because it's a brilliant picture, and I printed it down like thousands of times. Might still give it a bit more work actually, but it was a gift because it was just such a recognizable face, and people have relationships with these people. They think they know him, and it's like, he's, and it's if to have that in your book at the beginning of your career was a gift. But I got it through being an usher and volunteering at a film festival.
So ushering, because you mentioned that before. So you're there just helping guide people down red carpets or to where the drinks are on trays, and that was the job. But you happen to have your camera as well.
During the festival, I was the in-house photographer, one of them.
Right. Okay. You were okay.
But, my job was to just shine with a torch down steps and take tickets. Then I'd have to watch the film. It's not like the megaplexes now.
Yeah.
Where it's I'm getting some sunlight here. It's not like the megaplex where there's no one in there. I had to be like,
got it. So right now the story's coming together. So Sean Connery, you managed to take this amazing picture right at the beginning of your career, which aids the portfolio. You're personally, and I know this, it does sound strange, doesn't it, in today's world, you're calling people up and you're going there with a beautifully printed portfolio and having a conversation face to face. I mean, it's not as though a photographer can just do it all online anyway.
There was one woman who, I think her name was Kathy. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Who did all the photographer's books. You'd go in there and spend a morning, 3-4 hours, and you'd choose the papers and you'd choose the bindings and you'd do this. And she would make the book for you. And you'd bring all the prints in and she would do it. And then you'd go and pick it up.
Yeah.
And then you'd have cards.
So we're building up like the art of a proper photography business.
Yeah.
Is this continually building the pipeline, going to see people, like beautifully bound portfolio of photos, and boy, over the years, have you got a portfolio and a half? So
places in there.
Richard E. Grant, looking distinctly younger there. So it must have been a little while ago.
Yeah,
just like Jason Biggs.
He's brilliant, by the way. Jason Biggs was absolutely brilliant. He was like, "Hey, do you want me to hop on the popcorn cart?" So he's jumping on there, pretending to drive in. It's just like very playful. I really like playful people that are real and they're just like generous. And not everyone you don't always feel. So that is one of my tactic for these people was to have the festival wants certain images. I want portraits. So I went around with a Hasselblad and I bought a ring flash that goes around the lens. It's flat. It's completely flat.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of shadow underneath, but it's just, you can see the tiny little shadow all the way around the edge.
I mean, all these shots here, Elijah Wood, that is so good. Sir David Attenborough.
Sir David Attenborough, OGCMGCHCVO CBE FRS FSA FLS is his full title. So how do you photograph someone like that? I thought I'll take a pink background and one light and try and get like a shadow. He's had a long career. I don't know, and
he's still going.
He's quite old. He's like, very thoughtful and like this, and then he sort of comes up, and then the eyes come out. So I just wanted to make sure I got that look. I went around his house, and on the sideboard, I don't know, piece of furniture there was just all these like letters and international letters, and that's how he is, how he communicates.
So that was the right format to actually get him on. It's not as though you'd WhatsApp to David Attenborough, is it?
If I was going to encourage, I mean, there might be a question about encouraging young people how to start out. I don't think they should be afraid of people. People buy from people. I heard that. You hear that. People buy from people. Be a person. You need to communicate. If there's a message, it has no person on the end. A voice quivering, maybe a little bit like, "Please, can I come and see you?" Maybe that conveys something. Maybe, a message that might appear AI'd might not be the thing.
It's amazing with all the key shots or all the key people across. And you're right. I love to see people's working spaces as well. So that's why I'm hoping that you've got a few little reels of where you work, where you grade all of your and work hard on getting these images absolutely perfect. And that'd be amazing to see.
It's all very minimal. Mine always been, I've met people and they overcomplicate. I've just always been quite open and simplifying things. And just I work on a Mac with an old Wacom tablet on my desk.
Tell me more about the business. How is it to run the hobby turned into the business that makes you money, that keeps you going, and you do it every day?
Yeah. To make art, you need to be an artist. So you need to create the artist. You need to feed the artist. I do things. I make little brass kitchen rails. I've got a little business doing that. I do like flowers. I make all these things just for fun. We've got to create all the time.
Yeah.
Business side of things is that's probably why I use Crunch, because it's like, I'm going to be sick on my keyboard. It's like, I have to think about accounts, and it's really it's not my natural thing. It gives me flight or fight, and it makes me want to peg it, just run. But yeah, so that's really good. So running a business, getting work. Right at the beginning in 2001 or two, I decided to set up a network of sites. So I had 70 or 80 websites, all like with portrait photographer London, with a picture, portrait photographer, really CEO. That doesn't exist anymore, but that's how I got going. And a lot of people found me, and being found is good, because then the relationship is they found you and they want you. You don't have to sell. And my website doesn't have a lot of words. It's not, it's a bit tongue in cheek as well.
But that's how you did it, didn't you? So you did what I did right at the beginning of Crunch, was to create the content out there. And it was from my viewpoint, it was like everything to help, not just about accounting and tax, everything, how to go to networking sessions and not be in the corner, and make the most of it.
The swarms of people that tell you how to do social media. You can pay them a lot of money. And the swarms about clicking and paying. Doesn't it all go to Musk somehow? I don't know. Amazon, Bezos. But it's like you have to pay to be seen, because the internet's changed. It doesn't exist anymore. You Google something and it comes up with AI, then sponsored links. It's not actually showing you the search anymore.
What you did was exactly the right thing, and create as much content as you can and show people how to do things. Maybe it could be educational, and that will get you a profile raise so you can start finding the business. That's the thing. So today, how do you find more business? You've got a great reputation. So does it flow to you, or do you still have to go out there with your beautifully bound portfolio book?
I don't go around with my beautiful portfolio book anymore. You build up your clients. There's a thing with photography. It's 5 years up, 10 years along, and 5 down. It's a shape. That's the traditional shape. And then you're gone. Off you go. Unless you're like really, really famous. But yeah, I mean, I reached saturation. I was maxed out. I was turning over a lot. And now it's down to about 20% of that. But it just keeps going. I have regular clients and I'm doing regular stuff. I don't actually know how to get more clients at the moment. It's like, well, that's why I'm doing this, because I think, like you say, LinkedIn, Crunch, talking, being open. I think that's how to sort of reach people, so they can just say, okay, I want this guy to come into my firm and take pictures of 100 people, because I think he's a person. I like him. I think it makes sense. So that's, hopefully I do. Not everyone will think that, but I'm saying, okay, I like the way he talks. Or you can give, and it's a way of giving to your employees. You give them beautiful LinkedIn pictures or whatever it is. Invest in yourself. So I've got some books. I'm reading about the bird. We need more birds. Have you ever tried reading this one?
What's that?
It's Jim Carrey's book. It's verging on gibberish, but it's amazing to read. I do know that you've got to find the gap in the market in the gap, or whatever it is. You've got to go and be active and do it. If you want to be a photographer, you need to go and be a photographer. You need to go and take pictures.
This is not the sort of thing you can do remotely.
Yeah, and just be confident. And, it's very personal. You need to make personal work that's, your vision, your idea. So to get that energy, you need to feed yourself with lots of books or music or hanging out or sitting in the pub, chatting with people, going to party. You need to make yourself full of artistic energy. You can go up to these people. I mean, some of these guys, the CEOs, I get like 30 seconds. 10 seconds with Willie Walsh. 10 seconds, the CEO of British Airways. You've got to get a shot. 10 seconds. You need to be on your tiptoes. You need to be absolutely ready. So keep it simple.
You've built up this amazing career and you have amazing people in front of your camera. Tell us about one mistake that's happened that you're happy to share on video.
Well, there's too many. There's numerous. My camera stopped working at midnight once. I was in the London Dungeon shooting, and I had another camera in my hand, thanks to Ian. I don't know how his surname, Pichu. Ian Pichu. He's a brilliant Romanian photographer. He has no fear as well. He goes up to people in the street and said, I will take your photograph. Genius. So yeah, my mistake was only having one camera. I've photographed for half an hour and I could just see it coming in black. It was just black. I just had to keep the shoot going. No, I just had to pretend to do something. So sometimes I said the wrong thing, and then
have you got any more commissions from them afterwards, or you've never seen them again?
Yeah, that's the thing. But I've dropped stuff, so lights have fallen over, and I've hired people, and some people are good, and some people are bad, and then it's like, how do I get rid of this person, or how do I encourage this person? Yeah, there's been a lot of it's a journey, but you're traveling through life, journeying with your business. It never ends. You've got to be interested in people. I was going to say, take a breath. Being in front of a camera on video is really not, I don't even know where to look, but I wanted to do it because this is something I did want to, I know like the editor guy is going to hate me, but I do a lot of headshots for companies now. I'm really comfortable doing it. I want to bring in a lot of my skills from all these celebs and famous people and have 15 minutes with a person who just wants a really good picture and they're really underconfident. And it's something I can give them. I can tell them how to stand and what to do with their hands, and I'm really interested in body language and warmth and creating warmth and confidence in that interesting area. But that's why I want to do this video, because I have not a clue. This is not my comfort zone at all.
It's so lovely to talk to you, and this will come across super lovely, and that's why it's quite funny about the mistakes and what's the worst thing? I've said completely the wrong thing. So I can only imagine, because I've done it myself as well.
Overshare.
Can I say that?
I'm really interested in people. Some people, I'm really interested in the body language. In my studio, I would get people to stand on a white block. Like on my website, there's two guys, it's black and white. They're brothers. They're standing really close to each other.
Yeah.
They're on a white block. I don't know if you can find it. Standing.
Yeah, I can.
Quite tall. They can fall off it. And then I put the music on so loud. And then I started to
This one?
Yeah. So they're on
Mateus
this block.
and Roman.
There's one light up there and then one for the background. There's no wraparound. I wanted a black silhouette.
It's stunning. It's like it's been cut out, isn't it? It's like it's been heavily photoshopped, but that is done just with lighting skill. Again, this is a couple of hitmen. Has he got gloves on?
No, it's just the lights on the top and then it goes silhouette.
My goodness me. So it's pure light work on there.
The music, I think it was it was really like rock, drum. The National, I think I like to play so loud. And then I'm shouting at them direction. They can't hear me and they can't move. And I'm interested in that space when you're trying to communicate just purely visually.
And this is for the person that is, maybe they've started the photography business, that they now know they need to get out there and start sourcing the work. It's not just going to come to them. They have to go to everything. They have to go to all festivals, try and meet people, capture red carpet moments. Now, the interesting thing, and I get asked this a lot, is, Darren, how do I price my work?
American law firm. Well, you're feeling my way. A magazine will say, we've got this budget. This is the brief. Do you want it or not? That gives you an indication. Another thing I did with a friend was we set up a wedding photography business. I don't do it anymore. So we did about 50 weddings. I just wanted to get really, really sharp. It's so hard. It's for young people. But it just sharpens the edge. You've got to get the picture. You've got to have the gears. You've got to have the batteries charged up. You've got to have all the car. You've got to have everything really sharp, bags, kit, changing light, and then right position, get this moment. And we started at £50 for the day, giving people all the pictures. And then we just, every gig we did, because we had no wedding pictures. So we were like, okay, we need some wedding. Yeah.
So it's a huge loss leader and a lot of effort in the background, taking all these photos.
And we got up to 3,500, I think. So we just increased it. But I'll just be open, I found a really sweet spot around 2.5. It was 2 people, big weddings on the Isle of Wight. That's where we marketed. We marketed in the Isle of Wight County Press magazine. Because it's just a little market. Everyone reads it, and it's nice to go there. It's good weather, great venue. That was a little cheeky find an area where you want to actually go to and work in.
That's so interesting as well as a strategy, a business strategy. Yeah, where do I really love to work? Isle of Wight, because you're based in London, aren't you?
Yeah.
And going to so you've got to travel down to Portsmouth, get on the hovercraft. I think it's still going, or the ferry.
The water and you become someone else. It's great.
So that's another niche way of doing it. We probably don't have time in this video about like finding your niche, but yeah, I think that's a great way of thinking about it, Chris. Is like, where do you want to work? And you just picked the Isle of Wight, which is a mad niche to go for, I think. But I get why it worked.
They all read the newspaper there, the county press. They all sit there and it's like a newsletter. It's like all the gossip of what's going on the island. So we just put a print advert in there. It wasn't expensive. And it just got us loads of weddings. But we found in terms of pricing that we were £2,500 or something like that for 2 people all day long, have all the pictures, and we gave them books and things. We were happy at that price point. So we did some weddings in south of France, in Italy, and these amazing Ravello and Christian Dior's chateau and all this sort of stuff.
Wow.
It was totally different. Amazing scenes. Everyone was a bit more formal, a bit more worky. So it was like, where do you fit in? Where are you happy working in?
There's so much to unpack here, Chris. And I'm just thinking about the amazing locations you've shot at and how to go. I mean, the magazines, as you said, like finding work, you've done your SEO, your multiple site routine, and you get known by the newspapers and these magazines to get the work coming in.
Yeah, so I shot all of the Timberland's clothes in the world in the UK, pretty much. I'm sure other people photographed them as well. But I shot like a lot, like a chunk of them. I didn't do many boots. So we had a sweatshop in Farringdon where we're photographing. We got like 3 stylists all making the clothes, making them into shapes on flats, polyboards, moving them in, photographing them, sending the pictures to America. She'd say, just tweak this, change this. So put the board back in, relight it, shoot it. So I have done that product thing. That was about 10, 12 weeks a year. It was at its peak.
I often think, all of us are like Apple users. I often think the photography that they do on that, it just makes it so adorable. You just want to hold this thing and touch it and, of course, buy it, which is exactly what it's designed for. So really good product photography. I mean, it's obviously had a lot of work done on it, but good product photography is everything. Chris, it's been fantastic to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time in here. We've got a bit of editing to get all this amazing stuff and some of these amazing portrait pieces in here. But yeah, I keep saying it, chrisgloag.com. It's in the show notes. Be on the screen. Go and have a look and just spend some time with your nice coffee from the coffee shop or whatever your favorite drink is. Sit down there and spend some time and just really soak up some of those shots.
Well, thank you, Darren. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to do this video, because it is, like I say, it's my comfort zone. It's different. Yeah, I just really want to inspire young photographers to come through, give it a bash, go for it. You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. You love photography. It's a passion. It's a hobby. This man has been through the whole thing, built up this fantastic career. You can ask questions to Chris. So I invite you to do that. Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you, Darren. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.